All right, Dave Blaze, how fancy is that?
It's very fancy. It's very fancy. It's too fancy for us. We shouldn't be involving ourselves in this.
No, I like it. It's like it builds momentum.
You're like half hillbilly anyway.
No. Dave, look at this. I got the Fonzie jacket.
Dude,
Hair looks
look,
Farrah
at some
Fawcett.
point, you got to give Nadine back her jacket.
It's not Nadine's jacket. It looks.
You can't keep wearing your wife's jacket. It looks good on you, but I mean, it probably looks better on her.
All right, Dave, we got so much to talk about. We have back
Look
with
how
us.
tight those sleeves are. I bet you can't even move your arm in those sleeves. Now you know
You're wrong.
All right, everybody's coming in. William, Donna, Tracy.
And we have a record number. It's great. The people here on TikTok, so stick around. It's going to be a great show. And we flip back and forth. And I have it so that we take a break after the second segment so we could say hello to everybody here.
Good.
So let me flip back. All right. Lots to cover today, Dave. This is from the Dispatch. And my eyes are not the best anymore, by the way, Dave Blaze.
Listen, the articles that we send you all in the Dispatch, we go over all of them. We pick the stories that are going to be that we're determining to be the most important and the most informational for the day at that time. And I mean, there's a lot of news out there about a lot of crazy stuff. But if you focus on the 7 stories that are in the Dispatch.
And they get whittled down, by the way, crazy. I mean, we start and we debate which ones go in.
Oh yeah.
You want to do the first story here, Dave?
Yeah, let's go.
Right. Here we go. All right, Dave Blaze. This story is what everyone is talking about here, and very interesting because when it comes to that, Rubio says that the Trump administration would love to see regime change in Cuba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
Listen, Rubio is not going to let that go. He has an opportunity here. After all of his time in Congress, he's aligned with a president that's a president of action. And Rubio has been working for regime change in Cuba, I think, ever since his parents immigrated here. So
right.
It is just, that's his goal.
Now, the other thing about it is they were getting oil from Venezuela, correct? So now that's cut off.
Right.
And it already has sanctions on Cuba. By the way, besides the cigars, but did you see those cars that they have there? They're all old, right? And it's the places in.
And now the only other thing is the only modern cars that they have there are Chinese.
What?
Yeah. Those are the small EVs, the small electric vehicles.
Yeah, that's not a joke. That's not a joke, right?
No, it's not a joke at all.
Okay.
And that's what Rubio was saying in his part of his testimony. Is he's saying that we can't allow Venezuela or Cuba to be playgrounds for Russia and China and Iran and so on within our hemisphere. They got to get out.
Now, I want to show this video, Dave, because it shows how backwards the country is. How they need.
You do realize that the nation of China has cars, right?
Well, I mean, you make it. I thought it was.
They're not all running around on rickshaws. They have cars.
Have you ever driven a rickshaw? I have.
Dude, I cannot imagine the poor soul that's pulling the rickshaw, up a hill with 2 fat, whatever in the back there chomping away.
Right. Let me do the video. Can I do the video? All right.
Do the video.
The latest sanctions are another blow to the Cuban economy, already under U.S. embargo for the past 60 years. In a country where the state finances practically every sector of the economy, citizens can't get access to petrol and even medicine. At this free clinic, healthcare providers struggle to treat everyone.
We're short on creams, ointments, and antibiotics, too. We don't have much at the moment.
Okay, so this is because of sanctions that the United States already put with them.
Right.
And the
right.
other thing that mentioned, if you are coming, because it's if you're coming from another country and you visit Cuba first, there was French French, I should say, people that were visiting, and they have expanded visas to get into the United States. So it's not in the best, there's not in the best interest to go visit
Yeah,
Cuba.
visit Cuba first and then try to come to the United States. I know.
Right.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, they want to show the clinics and how it's affecting the poor people, right? Well,
Right.
why don't they show those clinics and everything to their government?
Right.
So maybe their government could do the right thing. No.
Okay.
They don't
So
do that. They want to prey on the good, big-hearted Americans.
well, a lots changing. Hopefully, maybe Rubio said there might be regime change or whatever, but he said not through like us. I mean, they're all going to have to because they don't
Yeah.
get the oil anymore. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had now, Gene. I don't think we have an article on this, but we heard about large sums of money leaving Iran.
Right. Because we didn't have an article, it'll probably be tomorrow, but it's because the United States, right now, the United States has like what do they call it? An armada is what Trump said.
That's right. That's right. The mullahs are pulling a Scooter Libby and they're stuffing everything they can down the pants and hightailing it, getting their money out of the country. Because see, this is how these wicked government people are. Here you have a nation where the people have had it with the regime. So instead of the current regime in Iran doing something to improve the life of its people, right? No, they don't do that. What they'd rather do is take and suck all that they can out of there, bring it somewhere else so they can live like kings for the rest of their lives. And the heck with the nation. They could care less.
Okay, Dave Blaze, the next story, we already talked a little bit about it earlier today. I talked about it in the TikTok before. Let's do this because it has to do with Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk. So here we go.
Yep.
All right, Dave Blaze, the article here is from Turning Point USA backs Trump accounts. Now, the interesting thing about this is if you know that Trump accounts, $1,000 per child born, I think now for the next 5 years or so.
Right.
Okay.
So what's happening is that so many major corporations in the United States, well, now including Turning Point, and also another charity run by Turning Point, what they're doing is they're matching that $1,000 to all their employees who have children that are born, during the present time, and they're matching that. I know the banks, all the banks are doing it. Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase.
Turning Point USA is going to be a donation of about $25 million.
Right.
$25 million. Okay, just double checking. Okay, Dave. Earlier today, we talked about this on the TikTok with Turning Point USA. They are getting attacked in part because how powerful they are. Because Turning Point USA actually does.
They're getting attacked in part. You're right. You're 1,000% right. How powerful they are in bringing people on board to vote for Trump and for Republicans.
Right.
That's their strength. They're like the acorn on the right. And the thing is that the left and the MAGA influences hate that. So they're always attacking Turning Point USA now.
Right, because the left doesn't like them, so they attack Erica Kirk now. But the far right that are, if they are locked out of the administration now because Erica already says, "Hey, I like Vance," they don't want that, so they don't want that brought in.
Yeah, I even saw on X some maniac was saying that Erica Kirk is a time traveling cyborg. I mean, these people are stuck in 1982 with the Terminator.
Okay. This one is a great video, Dave. This is Charlie Kirk when he was 18 years old, but already he had the vision of how to use this to actually do something. When I say do something, I don't mean just like waking people up. To actually to find something where they can be a part
Right.
of the. Okay, here we go. This is great.
Do not do specifically for any candidate, at least this last election cycle. And the reason is we go at it in a nonpartisan point of view. Now, we believe in fiscal responsibility, free markets, but instead of, we encourage civic participation. We encourage people to be interns. A majority of our people in our group were interns for Joe Walsh or Congressman Dole. We love that. But also, we educate in meetings and debates. Like we hosted a debate at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and we're starting a chapter there. We have 20 high schools and colleges represented where they have meetings and they gather and they educate their peers in innovative ways. Like
this is him 18 years old. That's the difference, because his organization actually can sway elections because of what they're doing. And that's what makes it so powerful.
And that's why, again, I'll say it because I think it goes over a lot of people's heads. The left and the MAGA influencer network are aligned in trying to take down Turning Point USA. Just look at all their posts. You'll see it.
Right.
It's very evident.
Right. All right. Dave Blaze, if you can, we schedule this in. I just want to say hello to a few people. If you want to say hello, I'll just put my
yes,
thing on.
I do, because I'm tired of you. Yeah. All right, let's see who we have here. Oh, we got the whole crew. Robert's here. Ginger, how you doing? Daniel, that's fantastic. Is that the pallets of cash that is rumored? Listen, Daniel, there's no pallets of cash. There's no $27 gajillion who and Puss in Boots had his eyes on the money. I've seen the pallets and all of that. Do you realize that that amount of cash would take up the entire building of a Walmart distribution center? So this is these guys playing fantasy. They're in fantasy land. Donna's here. Robert, all right. Let's see what else. Yeah, Robert, a lot of stuff coming out about Household of Faith. We'll talk about that. Gene's going to talk about that on a different video. Joyce Ann, fantastic. Teresa, there she is. Stella, hey, hold on a minute, man. You know, I got Joyce.
I feel like I'm leaving these people out, the ones that I could say hello to. All right.
All right.
All right, Dave.
I think we got everybody.
All right. This is the unrehearsed part. This is segment 3. We always do this. I don't know what you're going to say. Here we go. All right, Dave Blaze, this is a current issue. Created quite a stir because you have some predictions in here, and you guys know our track record. Dave, any stories that you want to bring out on our magazine?
Yeah, there's a real interesting story. The headline story right there, The Path Made Straight. That was written by one of our writers, Tori DeLury. She has a great YouTube channel. You should check it out. And the article basically is a twist on New Year's resolutions and why they fail. But she brings out that they fail due to vague planning and fleeting motivation. And what she's talking about is proposing, like, you make in order to achieve the resolution or the goal, you turn it into like a system instead of a goal. So in other words, you create strategies and reduce the friction of achieving the goal, like make it as easy as possible, take it in small bites and so on. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting read.
I've always loved her articles because it's like she gives steps on how to do things. And Tori, we got to get her on the show. We got to get her on
very much. We'll get her on the show here. We'll get all her political opinions and then, make fun of her.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm just
good to see everyone now. This one is we're going to talk about this one right here. And I think this is what everyone wants to talk about right here. Trump's approval rating. This is the Fox News one. Has his approval rating here at 44%, which I think is a good one, but I've seen other ones much lower.
Yeah.
But I asked you if we could do that after 1 year, the approval rating. We need to have our own poll because I like to see what people think.
Yeah, we're going to have that poll out right after the website is updated, and then we'll have a unique poll page and so forth with all the preceding polls. So it'll get there. We'll give everybody a chance to have their say on how they feel about President Trump.
Can I tell you this, because this video I purposely picked out for a specific reason.
Yeah.
This was from 8 years ago. Okay. So all I'm saying, I'm not saying these polls are fake or whatever, but it's just like I don't think it reflects properly what people are thinking. But Dave, watch this video, 30 seconds. It's from 8 years ago.
The American economy is strong. Employers added 228,000 jobs in November. The healthcare industry, the business sector, manufacturing, all experienced gains. But there's one number that doesn't add up. President Trump's job performance rating, according to a brand new poll by Pew Research, only 32% of Americans approve of how the president is doing. 63% disapprove.
So
this is a direct result of the MAGA nihilistic black pill influencer network. I'm telling you, Gene, that's what's going on here. It's not just the regular rhetoric of the left, because everybody's used to that. You know, Trump's bad. We hate him. We hate his ties. We hate what he does and all of this. But what the left is doing is playing off of. There's a fraction. MAGA is fractured, and there's. Go ahead.
No, I don't think that, I agree with you. I don't think that's happening. These people are constantly.
The Trump supporters are not fractured, but that's what these nihilists are saying on social media. They're creating a storm about. Look, the bottom line is these MAGA influencers do not want you to vote. That's their bottom line. Stay home or vote for their candidate that's a guaranteed loss.
Right. And we said this before, and I'm going to just bring it up here because this one is, to me, it's a big deal to do this. When it comes to the primary, right? If a person says, I don't like this person, I'm gonna vote for this person because of the primary. After the primary, if you really care about Trump, right? You say, I lost. Let's take our infrastructure and make sure that Trump's pick, which is going to be a Republican, gets in. And they're not doing that.
They're not doing that.
They're taking the marble.
They take their ball and go home, or they spend countless hours saying, "Oh, I was cheated. I was cheated. I was cheated." Like Carrie Lake for 50 years. Every time I look at Carrie Lake, she's asking for another $35 to keep fighting for me. I've never seen anything like this.
Okay, so
I mean, have you? Can't you just the election? All right, there you go. You lost.
All right. No, okay. This one, Dave. You wanted to talk about this one, and it was with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and there's a point to this. It's not just a clickbait here we're talking about here. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is what's going on. Brad Pitt wins court ruling forcing Angelina Jolie to reveal private texts. And so this is in the news, but there's a point to this because they've been, of course, they had a very famous marriage, and then now they are battling it out over this. If I could just show you this right here, this building right here is what they're fighting over. Okay, so this building is being fought over, and there's text messages that now are admissible in their court battle. Correct, Dave?
Right. So the judge, basically, Brad Pitt won this little battle. And now he has access to 21 other documents, including text messages and whatnot, because apparently Angelina Jolie went ahead and sold her half without informing Pitt, right? But the point of the whole story, because these people, they're going to do what they're going to do. The point of the story is that when the court says, okay, don't destroy any text messages, we got to keep all the evidence and so on, and we're going to need to gather that all in so we can examine it, that's where these people get busted. Because they think that, oh, I don't have to show any, oh, how will they ever know? I'm just on texting, writing.
Let me show you this video here. 26 seconds.
These undisclosed documents include text messages and emails. The move comes after the 50-year-old actress' attempt to shield the messages and emails from discovery, arguing that they were protected by a non-disclosure agreement, NDA. Her legal team claimed the materials present in the documents were confidential strategic planning between her business manager and trusted consultants.
Okay, so what we're talking about is probably going to be damning information. Whether I don't know, but whether she says let's screw Brad Pitt and just sell half of it or whatever.
Right. They probably said, don't you have to get the okay? Don't you and Brad have to agree on it? She might have said, no, the heck with him. Just go ahead and sell it, and I'll worry about that later.
The point being with it is you want to bring out is that when people think that they're just talking to each other, if you have something going on, they could subpoena it and bring it into court.
Right.
All right.
Right. And never forget that the NSA collects all transmissions, all cellular transmission, anything that's going over the wavelengths.
I'm sorry. While we're at it, David, that's why so many.
I was getting to a beautiful point here.
Okay, go ahead.
So they collect all the transmissions, and all that has to happen is for a judge to issue a warrant to obtain the printout of a specific phone number. They have the warrant. They get it to the NSA. NSA produces the printout of those conversations.
Right. And one more point on that. That is what Palantir is doing, because now they have another avenue. And that's what people are getting so pissed off about.
Right.
Because, hey, they can't hide behind certain things. All right. Said that many times. Okay.
Right. So if the NSA is listening and they want to figure out our conversations about how we kibitz all day about where Gene should place his printer behind him.
Or my outfit. The outfit. Very Fonzie.
Dude, Fonzie wore a bomber jacket.
This is Fonzie. It is Fonzie.
No.
Yeah. No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
That's more like Fanta.
All right, we got one more story here, Dave. Yesterday, you went off on the libs. This one's another one. Stick around for this one. This is our final, the fun story, but it's not fun. Anyway. All right. Dave Blaze, do you remember Molly Ringwald? Do you remember Molly Ringwald?
Yeah. I at one time I wanted to binge watch a medley of her famous hit.
She had Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, but look how they titled the Breakfast Club star. Do you know how many years ago that was? What was that, back in the 80s?
Oh, come on.
Late 80s?
My biggest crush on her, Molly Ringwald, Pretty in Pink.
Dude, that was Pretty in Pink. That was, again, these are 40, 45-year-old movies.
Correct.
This woman hasn't had a hit, so now she's like, oh, well, maybe I'll get a role if I make myself relevant.
This one you're going to want to watch because she basically railed on MAGA and ICE. Okay, ready?
All right.
37 seconds. We didn't have the time for the whole thing. Here we go.
If you look at what happened in France, where I lived for a few years in my 20s, they were taken over by the Nazis. They were invaded. They were taking over, and a lot of people collaborated. And then there were people that did not collaborate and were part of the resistance. Eventually, they got their country back. And those people who collaborated were found to be criminal.
All right.
Okay, now hold on a second. Hold
I'm
on.
trying to. Is this a setup for you? Because it's like, all right, you.
First of all, those that didn't collaborate were part of the resistance. In France, if anybody reads back in their history, okay, everybody that did anything, if the shoeshine boy charged the Nazi an extra quarter, it's for the resistance. The prostitutes increased their fees. It's for the resistance. You know, it's all crazy. And then she goes, oh, and eventually they got their nation back. Yeah, when we went over there and used our guys who lost their lives on D-Day and Normandy and all of that fighting to give them their country back, right? Eventually they got their country back.
Now you know the difference with this, Dave.
We did it for them.
ICE is an American organization. We're not talking about someone invading us. All right.
Look, the people on the left, everybody they hate is a Nazi, right? I don't agree with that. It must be a Nazi. On the far right in MAGA, it's, if this one thing doesn't happen, we don't have a nation. That's the two crazies on the sides. People don't operate like that.
No, I just, to me, it's like, how are you going to make the comparison of another country invading France to what's going on, right?
Right.
I get it. There's like people are upset, but it's not an invading country. They're trying to get the people out of the country.
Right, and coming and doing an interview with a whole, makeup and headdress like Ilhan Omar, that's another part of the bit. She's sticking to the bit. With the headdress and the makeup, so she looks as much like Ilhan Omar as possible. Did you notice that?
If you look at what happened in France, where
come on, Dave, that's not Omar. I got one too. Does that make me? Dave?
No. Now you look like you're a kid from the Goonies, but that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is that she's trying to make herself relevant again. And all of that. This is just more Hollywood nonsense. And who in the world is making an article about whatever she says?
Me. It's a Fox News article. Let me double check. Okay, let me get.
Probably is a Fox News article because the producers were probably tired and they were like, "Oh man, you got one more. We need one more to fill a slot."
One more comparison. Ready?
If you look at what happened in France, where I lived.
In China.
In China, they made me work the rice fields all day for a bowl of lasagna.
All right, I got to
go. And all I wanted was dim sum.
I love dim sum. All right, we got to go.
See? And they force-fed me that horrible Italian lasagna.
Guys,
today
is Thursday. We will see you tomorrow. Great show today.
It's over?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got to cue the outro.
That was fun.
Thank you.
That was fun. All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.